Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 6. This week there are two basic things that you're working on online, and one is reading a chapter and doing a VoiceThread discussion about the chapter, and the second is continuing work on your teaching learning cycle unit. So let me go through those, and then I'll go over the calendar there. So the two readings, one is a chapter that my student and I, former student Emily Heller and I wrote about an action research study that she did where she implemented the teaching learning cycle project in her classroom. I think you're really going to like this. So that is the first thing, and it is a draft, so if you find anything weird or such critiques, for me it's totally helpful. Second, this is a resource that my colleague Jed did for activities that are related to modeling and deconstructing. So read this carefully, and while it is a resource, I have it as something that you need to read for this work that you're doing here for your teaching learning cycle. Okay, VoiceThread. Some of you have done VoiceThread before, some of you have not, so I'm just going to briefly go over it. So basically it is a discussion, an asynchronous discussion, but instead of putting text in, you put in video or voice, or actually you can use text in that as well. It's going to be on the reading, so do the reading first, and then here it tells you how to prepare for your VoiceThread. And then what you're going to do is, because I think over this long weekend people are going to be getting to this at different times, so instead of putting you in two groups, I'm going to let you sort of self-select in. So check the groups and see how many people have responded, and join one that has 5 or less. So the idea is we'll fill up one group first and then we'll do a second group. If it doesn't work out perfectly, that's okay too. To get to the VoiceThread, you click on the link here and you wait until it launches, and you're going to see something like
Hi everyone,
this. That's my little intro. When people post, you're going to see their kind of initials here, unless you do a photo, and so you'll see that there. So that's how you'll know that people have posted. I've set a limit to 5 minutes that you have to do this. For most of you, that'll be plenty. And the way you post is you see this plus here. You click on that, and these are your options of what you can do. I do encourage you to do video. It's really fun to see people's faces while they're doing this. It's kind of a nice way of spending our online week. But there also is just voice as well if you don't want to do video. So you click on whichever one that you're going to do. So I'll click on video here. Gives you a countdown. And then you speak and you record, and it's got all the kind of usual things you would expect. And I'm just going to press stop recording there. You can cancel, redo, you can upload. So that's that. And you can, so after you basically going to do an initial post, and then you're going to go back just one time with a follow-up. And the follow-up can be on any of what people have brought in their posts. Okay, get rid of that. So like a discussion. So you're going to, again, listen to what other people have said and respond. And your response is going to be shorter. It's going to be a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's that. I think you're going to enjoy that format. So there we go there. And let's look at the deadlines for that. I have put here that Saturday night is your need to get that initial thread up. And then you have Sunday, Monday to do your follow-up. And as you'll note in the instructions, that having problems with the technology is not an excuse for not getting this done. So if you are having problems, let me know. I'll be checking in on Saturday to help you with that. But there are some kind of troubleshooting things on this page that you should check out too. Okay. Next is your teaching learning cycle assignment. And for the next 3 modules, 6, 7, and 8, we're doing role plays. So we're dividing up the work of the unit into different roles. And this has worked really well in the past. I've done this for 2 different classes. And so basically what we have is we have 3 different roles: designer, SFL expert, and liaison to the principal. And what these do is they enable you to just focus on one part. And so the designer is the one actually doing the curriculum planning. Then the SFL expert needs to review what was designed and explain how, do a critique based on how well the activities meet the language focus and draw attention to the language resources. The SFL expert, because they're an SFL expert, will use meta language like participants, processes, modality, all of those kinds of things. You'll actually use that language because you're talking to other experts. And the liaison to the principal is the person who is going to, so imagine you have to defend what you're doing to a principal and explain it. So that's the job of this person. So this person does not use the meta language terminology, but uses language that a principal who doesn't understand SFL would get and basically explain what's going on. So by rotating through each of these roles over the course of the 3 modules, which you'll do, you'll get a really good understanding of what we're trying to do here with the SFL-inspired pedagogy. So these are your role assignments, and you notice the group of 4, you've got 2 in designers, so you'll be able to do more activities than the groups here. And so I've rotated you through. Did this pretty randomly. And the other thing that you should do is when you go into your group here, this is the same page you were at before. So your mentor texts are here, your genre analysis and stage and phases are here, your language objectives. So then you're just adding on. Do check to see if I left you any comments on your earlier parts. I've checked and make sure your mentor texts are going to work. I've checked in with each group, and there might be some things that you need to revise. So get in the habit of checking that. So I'll do that the same with this too. If there's revisions that you need to make, I'll let you make those before I grade. So there's going to be time to what we call revise and resubmit. And just looking at this one here, what it looks like is, so it tells you again that there's, on the other page, it has a general description of the roles, but this is specific for the building the field and modeling and deconstruction. These are, I've combined these into one thing, but in real life, it would take about a week to do both of these. So you're going to have activities that go with building the field, and you're also going to have modeling and deconstruction activities. If you can't remember what all that is, then look at your TLC book, chapter 3, and also the Heller chapter as well. Okay, let's go back and look at those deadlines, and then we're almost done here. Oh, that didn't get that. Sorry, I need to take the edit off to find that. Okay, because I haven't made it available to you yet. So I will do that as soon as I get done with this. Okay. All right, so the time, this is really time sensitive. Designers, you need to have your work done by Friday night to give the SFL expert a day, 2 days to do that. And then the liaison to the principal need to be done by actually this Tuesday. Yeah, you can have till Tuesday night for that. And then we start the next part. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Again, I will be checking in over the weekend.